So I heard you watched Saw. You saw Saw, in fact.
I did see Saw. I've seen
You see
Saw.
Sawed?
Yeah, I see Sawed. I've seen Saws, but like Saw, like more than one Saw. I haven't seen the original Saw until I recently just saw Saw. I think I saw
Already the worst episode. Oh my god.
I think I saw
This is
Saw
worse
4.
than-
I don't know.
This is worse than on our lost episode about The Thing, where we kept saying The Thing and being like, The Thing?
The Thing?
Like- all of those movies I feel like are interchangeable. I don't know. Like a lot of like slasher horror or like any kind of franchise horror like that can like after the first couple you're like these are just set pieces. Like you're not like really getting anything like groundbreaking. It's not like, oh, in Saw 6 they do. I don't know. I have not seen most of those movies, so I can't. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but
whichever Saw I saw previously was they reveal that the Jigsaw murderer guy was like different than like the regular Jigsaw guy.
Yeah,
and that was a big
right.
reveal. So when I watched this movie, I kept expecting to see the original Jigsaw Saw, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I haven't seen. Have you seen the original Saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good movie.
Good
I
movie.
like that movie.
Spoilers for this, by the way, for the watchers at home. So when watching the original Saw, if you want to hear him, skip forward a minute or two. I was watching the original Saw, and I was like, man, I wonder when this guy's going to come into play. 'Cause I'm like looking for this old guy, whatever. And then at the end, they do the Mission Impossible, like, also spoilers for Mission Impossible. They do the Mission Impossible, like, face mask removal
Unmasking.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm assuming Mission Impossible did that first. And I was like, alright.
Yeah, they absolutely did. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
they did the Mission Impossible thing. And I was watching with Zach and Tori, and, like, Zach was like, what? And I was like, oh, have you not seen Mission Impossible? And he's like, no. And I'm like, all right, well, like, I don't know what to tell you then, buddy.
Well, and you're not spoiling much there. They do that in Mission Impossible in like the first 2 minutes of that movie. There's like masked shit going on. Like,
Yeah.
So they lay the groundwork early. But yeah, it is. The Saw thing is like crazy funny though. Like in retrospect,
it's so out of
because
nowhere.
It's so out of nowhere, but it's also so delicious and fun. Like it is a really fun. Like the premise of Saw is a great, like just $1 million, billion dollar premise. But then like the added twist of like, okay, it's not enough that you're sawing off your leg. It's also like we're gonna have a dead body that isn't a dead body in the middle of the room this whole time. Like the whole movie, it's just twist after twist. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
Iconic posters.
Yeah.
Iconic, not just iconic posters, iconic video rental store posters that scare you as a kid.
Yeah.
Like for me at least, being like, oh my, what is in these movies that there's like severed fingers with broken fingernails and shit, like all kinds of crazy. Like those are really really good. Like I can still picture the Saw 2 one, like I just described.
Yeah, so we saw the beginning of Saw 2 as well, and that was one that Zach had been taken to as a child because he begged to watch it when he was like 8.
Oh my god!
And like, he got in there and like, after like the first 2 minutes, he was just like terrified in his seat. And like he had nightmares for like weeks after, and his mom would just go, well, you asked me
you wanted to Saw.
Yeah.
You wanted to see Saw.
But we watched the beginning of
That's
it,
funny.
and like it's the guy who has to gouge out his eye to get the key to unlock the mask that's gonna clamp his face off. Spoilers for Saw 2. And so it's like, oh, okay, cool. When watching that, I couldn't help but just think, oh, this is just like, now, I know I'll be attacked by the Five Nights at Freddy's community if I don't get this right. Springtrap? Is it Springtrap? Spring Lock? Spring something?
I don't know.
Okay.
You're talking to the wrong.
Yeah, well, either way, in Five Nights at Freddy's, I know, like, one of the big, like, horror aspects is that, like, the guy gets caught inside of the animatronic and it, like, closes around him and kills him, right? Yeah.
Sure.
So it's like, okay. So, like, they just took, like, the only spooky things about Five Nights at Freddy's are essentially taken from other things, right? And like it's like, alright, like I don't know, loses a lot of the appeal that way.
Yeah, that's fair. Isn't the Five Nights at Freddy's developer like a virulent homophobe too? Am I making that up? That he's like a donor against gay marriage. Like I might be spreading misinformation.
Hey, that might be misinformation. I don't know enough to check you on it though.
Let's make it true. Yeah. Let's just make it true. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. All of this talk of what if instead of We Want to Whale, next time, right? Our podcast name is a pun a little bit. Well, that too. Yeah. No, what if we do a mini series of We See Saw?
Ooh. I'd like
we just
that.
watch all
That'd
the Saw movies.
Yeah.
That's our Patreon. Okay, okay, new idea. Our Patreon that is never going to exist. When we eventually put one on, we will do a mini series, but it has to be something like a stupid joke, like a stupid wordplay joke, like
Lane,
the
all of our jokes
podcast.
are stupid. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
My bad. Right. My bad. But did you like Saw? I mean, other than like the crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked even the crazy reveal at the end. I just thought it was like, I was like, oh, like immediately my brain was just like, oh, this is just the Mission Impossible twist, and I was like, but with no setup, and I was like, okay.
But there's no dead body that does that in Mission Impossible.
There's no dead body, so also
it's a little different.
Unfair of me to say no setup because we do see the character that he's like sort of threatened with, like what's going to happen previously. I mean, I think the way they tie everything together is super cool, interesting, and fun. I think a lot of the ideas behind like, hey, even the cliched, like a lot of time, because I grew up watching CSI, a lot of times I don't enjoy some like the mastermind ideology that they give killers, right?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I don't know. Like in two aspects, I don't like the omniscient killer, but I also don't like the like virtuous killer, I guess.
Sure, but he just hates the healthcare system.
He just hates the healthcare system.
Isn't he?
But also,
he's a Bernie bro.
Also, he was like, his big thing was like, oh well, like you don't seem to appreciate your life. I will be sure to change that. And it's like, oh, okay, I kind of get that, right? Through trials, people will appreciate their life more afterwards. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't approve of the methods, but like, he's got something there, right?
You gotta hand it to him.
You do not, in fact, have to hand it to him.
It's kind of serendipitous that you watched Saw, not only because I'm going to be quoting Saw, a very important movie in the We Want to Watch lore, not because we've watched the movie, but because I clip in you want to play a little game?
I said that so many times during the movie, just so you're aware. Anytime that there's a recording, I was trying to like predict it so I could like say it in the same. I got it once out of the like 10 times that they play a recording.
Well, I can't even hear it in Jigsaw's voice anymore. I only hear the clip of the guy on the tricycle. Like that is what I hear, and that's what I clip. So, but also, pretty serendipitous that you watched this movie recently, because the reason you picked today's movie for We Want to Watch is because of the director Rob Reiner and your history with The Princess Bride. Cary Elwes stars in Saw and is the star of The Princess Bride. Did you clock that?
No, I did not clock that at all.
The blonde guy in the cell, or who has to saw off his leg, who lives at the end. He's the one who lives, right?
Yeah,
of the two of them.
Gets locked in.
Yeah, he's Wesley.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have clocked that for my life, bro. Years. They could have locked me in the fucking Saw chambers with both movies playing, and they're like, I want to play a little game. Identify which of these actors is the same between the two movies. And I'd be like, dude, just kill me now. Like, don't even, I don't need the rest of the game, buddy.
That's why I clip it in, is because I want you to feel in your heart that I'm threatening you like Jigsaw.
I feel threatened. No, I feel threatened. Good. My heart rate goes through the roof anytime we play a little game, alright? Like,
introduce this show.
This is We Want to Watch. My name's Ricky. That's my co-host Lane. In this show, we pick out movies that we want to watch, or movies that are particularly important to the movie lexicons of people. I don't know. Try to enrich my own,
I was thinking about this earlier. Like, what if our podcast is actually just like, we talk about movies we want to watch, but we don't watch the movies? Like, we imply that we want to watch them, but we don't.
Let's be real here.
That's true. Then, like, if someone kept a running count of like how many times I said we should watch this, or like we gotta watch this for the like.
you have at least I'll say in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at least 5 times you said
I know
don't watch that. Nick and like we'll watch that later. Like and like Nick would like say a movie and he'd be like, "Ooh, great movie. We'll watch it later for the pod. Be sure not to watch that." I'm like, okay, well,
Death Proof. Death Proof is the one that I remember vividly from that episode because that's actually we should watch that because of Kurt Russell. Like we need I think we need one Kurt Russell a year at least to thirst over. And I think that's the one.
I feel like we had a couple last year.
Maybe for We Want to Whale. Yeah, because we did the Christmas Chronicles, which kind of doesn't count.
But, well, I mean, Escape from New York.
Anyway, that too.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, this week was a Rick's pick.
Real quick, just a funny little story. Me and my family were sitting around, like trying to scroll through movies to look for something to watch. And I mean, I know Elizabeth, my little sister, loves the Christmas Chronicles and like has seen them many, many times over. And I was sitting there and like, they were like, "You want to watch Ba-da-ba? No. You want to watch Ba-da-ba? No." And like, during a couple of the choices, Elizabeth was like, "I'm going to leave. If we watch this movie, I'm going to get up and go to bed." And like, it was like 7 p.m. The earliest she would have ever been to bed in her life. And so, we were sitting there. I was like, "Why don't we just watch the Christmas Chronicles?" And immediately my parents are like, no. And like, my mom was like, "Did Elizabeth like text you about this? Like, hand me your phone. I want to make sure this wasn't pre-coordinated. Because like something has to have gone wrong here." And I was like, no, I'm just saying, right? Like,
did you impress everybody with your very like knowledgeable trivia facts and shit about Christmas Chronicles and like your deep analysis of the movie? No,
God, no.
You should have been like, "Let's watch Silkwood, guys." Has anyone?
Has Elizabeth, I'm going to show you No Karen Bears. Silkwood? And they'd be like, "Ricky, it's just called Silkwood." No, I didn't impress them with my knowledge of the Christmas Chronicles because they had seen each of the movies at least half a dozen times before I had showed up.
I gotta say, when I was scrolling through, like either on Christmas or Christmas Eve or around that time, I was like scrolling through streaming and I was like, there is a second Christmas Chronicles. I could watch it. I really thought about it.
I saw that one before I saw the first one because Elizabeth made me watch that one a couple years ago. I think it was when it came out.
Well, is it better? Did we talk about this?
We might have talked about it.
I don't even remember.
I don't think it's better, I'll be honest with you.
Well,
I definitely was checked out for most of it, but
that's a really low bar to clear to like, not be better.
Yeah.
Not that I'm surprised, I guess.
No, but we ended up watching.
Was a Rick's...
it was Rick's. Sorry, we ended up watching. There's a movie with I think the lead characters from New Girl. And it was about like a couple who had split, and their dog got depression because they had split up. And that was a fun one. And the movie's title is the name of the dog, which I cannot remember. So, Merv. It was Merv. MERV. Merv.
Oh. This is a movie that you could not pay me to watch. Like you could not. Someone could come on this podcast and be like, "I will single-handedly fund your Patreon if you do Merv." Like
Merv was fun.
You can quit.
You're gonna hate the movie we watched after that. We watched the Knives Out mystery movie, which was whatever, and then we watched.
That's good.
Oh fuck! It was with. I want to say Kevin James. Is he the King of Queens?
Yes, he is the King of Queens.
And he was acting opposite, I don't know, really buff guy.
Some hot lady.
No, really. I mean, yes, he was married to some really hot lady, right? But he was acting alongside some like really buff guy, and like it was about like a super powered kid or whatever who had been like they stole.
Is it called
Facility?
Playdate?
Yes,
is it Playdate?
It is Playdate. Yep.
Oh, he was starring with Alan Ritchson. He's the Punisher, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Or no, he's
Reacher.
Reacher, yeah, Jack Reacher. Yep. Yeah.
I knew there was some sort of like he was some sort of buff guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That one was kind of fun too. And And then everyone got tired, and we just turned the movie off like halfway through. And I don't think really anything of value was lost.
Good call.
There were a couple of funny scenes in that one, though. I'd give it my, not stamp of approval, but, it's, I don't know, more watchable than some other movies that have come out recently, so.
That's fair. Yeah. But this week was a Rick's pick.
It was.
Rick,
I don't have my phone because it's charging right now, so I'm just going to have to guess the year on this. But I picked The American President, 1989 by Rob Reiner.
It's so, like, okay, so Ricky does not know the games that I plan in advance. Ricky's always taken off guard. So I love, like, I just came in my pants because you just made that joke, or you just did that. It's from 1995. Fuck. So American President 1995. Directed.
It's going to be a year thing. We're going to do a year game. I'm so bad at that.
But so yeah, you picked this, as we just mentioned. Rob Reiner just passed away.
Yeah.
Just like a month ago, as we're recording this, with his wife as well. And so you were really like kind of in the bag for him because of The Princess Bride. Yeah. So that's a movie that you like grew up with and like love, right? Yeah, like one of your like core formative movies.
Miss Woolsey showed me it in second grade, and I loved it ever since. Shout out Miss Woolsey.
That's crazy. You saw that movie in school?
Yeah.
They saw that movie. Jigsaw
saw
that movie.
Yeah, The Princess Bride? Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wow. I'm surprised. I knew of that movie because that movie's like the cultural consciousness has like through osmosis, you know everything about that movie before you watch it.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it for the first time until like maybe 5 or 8 years ago. Like not like as an adult. Mm-hmm. Like I was a fully formed. I was like, that movie seems really annoying. It was the same with The Big Lebowski, where I was like, I don't really want to like fuck with this because it just seems like fucking annoying. People on the internet are always quoting it.
I am that
way. The Big Lebowski is like, that movie is like, is not as big as its reputation, or like is not as good as its reputation, or like it's good still, but it's, whereas The Princess Bride I think exceeds your, like it's way better even than like
The Princess Bride is annoying in that respect because like every time I watch it, I like, because I've seen it a few times in my life, and any time that I go at it like cynically, where I'm like, oh, like I want to dislike this movie because I'm annoyed by the people who like it, I'm like, no, they got a point. Like, it's so
they're
good.
Right.
Yeah, they're just right.
Yeah.
And like,
I feel that
even in like, I don't know, the scenes that are memed are great. Don't get me wrong, but even just like the small scenes that like people might like annoyingly use like as their favorite scene that they like reference to others in public, like even those are pretty goddamn good, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you got me, guys.
It's
like,
a great movie.
It's a great movie.
It's an excellent movie. Yeah. And so, what? Let me ask you this, because like, with Rob Reiner, he has a pretty like one of the most prolific filmographies for like 10 movies in a row, basically, that are like so well known in the cultural consciousness.
Yeah.
So like, what would you say? I mean, now that we're 2 years and change into this podcast, do you think that there are specific things of the direction, specifically, right, like his directorial style, between that movie and is that the only movie of his that you've seen?
Yes.
Besides this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't seen Misery or Spinal Tap, or because we talked through all of this that you hadn't seen most of them.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of them. Yeah, so I have that one and this one.
What I mean, like, kind of comparing the two, this one and Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Do you clock any like his directorial style in this? Like, what? How would you compare them?
I mean, at least as far as romance goes, and I don't know if all of his movies have like an undertone of romance in them. But he plays like such a like tender, caring, like loving line with how he portrays romance, in both of these movies, and also he's so like tongue in cheek with a lot of his dialogue, because all of his dialogue between the two movies, especially so like The Princess Bride has a distinct difference between like dialogue within the book that's being read and outside of it.
Yeah.
But both of them are like distinctly tongue in cheek and like like sort of like winking at the camera, but like also feel like pretty like naturalistic, and I feel like that also shines through in this movie in a number of scenes.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting that you point out the dialogue, because like the writing is so different, right, between that movie and this movie. Like this movie is Aaron Sorkin. So if that's a name you know,
I know Sorkin.
He wrote the Social Network.
Okay.
He also did The West Wing, which we'll talk about.
Okay, yeah.
Like if you ever watched that show or know of it. But so like both of them are like romantic, like capital R romantic, I guess. Like very like idealized, like not necessarily like literal like love,
like romance dawn. Like,
yeah. And so like the idea of him kind of eliciting these like naturalistic kind of like heartfelt performances, even though there is like a level of like irony or meta to both of these movies, I think is really, I think you're spot on with that. And like you see that, I know I was like jerking off in Ricky's Discord messages a few weeks ago when I watched A Few Good Men. I was like, we really should fucking watch this movie, bro.
To the point where I thought we were going to double feature this podcast, and I got confused and I had to like confirm it with Lane the other day, because I was like, are we doing that? Are we not? Because Lane several times was like, dude, you don't know how good this movie is. I'm watching it right now. Like, watch it with anybody. Anybody would be blessed to watch this movie. And I was like, all right, dude, like, sure, that's fine.
It's not even just that. It's not even just that. It's that, like, they have these two movies would have been a really good pairing. Like, now that I had not seen American President before.
Yeah.
But they're both, like, you know, about like politics in a way, or like, I mean, they're both written by Aaron Sorkin, who is his own beast.
Yeah.
So like that like style of dialogue is so, you know, important to his image, like to Sorkin's image. But like Rob Reiner's able to massage it into this like if you compare like again, like the really rat-a-tat crazy shit in like Social Network or like other like movies that Sorkin has written, like it's very like bam, 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 bam. And like you get that in this, and you do get that in A Few Good Men as well, but like in both of them, it's tempered by these performances that Reiner is able to kind of get out of his incredible stars.
I think a scene from this movie which is emblematic of that, and it happens really early on, is the introduction of Sydney Wade. I forget what her middle name is. I know it begins with an A, I believe.
Ellen.
Okay. Sydney Ellen Wade.
Yeah.
When she's giving...
Wait, trans casting of this, and it's Sydney Allen Wade? Wait, that would be incredible. Let's do a gender bent American President 2.
When she's giving her ID to the security guard who's letting her into the White House,
yeah.
And like, friends like, oh, like, he doesn't need to know that. He doesn't, like... He doesn't need to know that. He doesn't need to know that. Like, just
and then he's like,
he doesn't care about that.
Of course, I know that. I know who Frank Capra is.
Well, yeah. She's like, oh, this. I'm sorry. I'm just enjoying the Capra-esque, you know, like vibe that's going on here. And your friend is like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know about that. Like, it's not he doesn't need to. He doesn't want to. It's that he doesn't know about that.
Yeah.
And it's like at least to me, Rob Reiner's like soul there is the Sydney being like kind of like not just kind enough, but like. Assuming that, like, this guy of course knows, right? Like, I'm not going to dumb myself down for him, you know? Like, he may be a security guard, but it doesn't, like, impact who he is as a person. And then the security guard saying, in turn, in, like, a very friendly way, like, oh, yeah, no, I know who he is. And, like, he lists off some of the movies. Yeah. It says, have a great day, Mrs. Wade. And it's, like, it's such, like, a human interaction, right? Where it's like, oh, like, it's, I don't know, kindness shown, kindness given, kindness received. It just, I don't know, I loved it. As soon as I saw that, I made my one note of the film, which is, I like Sydney Ellen Wade. I didn't know how, like, reoccurring of a character she would be, so I was like, I'm just gonna make this note now.
Well, and that's the thing, and it's hard to, I'm trying to think of, like, other things that Aaron Sorkin has been involved with that you might know and have seen. Have you seen The West Wing? Or, like...
I've seen clips from it.
I know you've seen Social Network.
Yeah. The West Wing has, like, clips where a lot of times it is that sort of, like, rapid-fire, almost condescending way of speaking. Yeah, walk and talk, but it's always... it's very smug and, like... It can be condescending in two ways, because sometimes it teaches the Well, sometimes it like treats the audience like they already know what's being said, and so like the audience gets to feel like condescending towards this other character who's so dumb for not understanding.
It's seductive in that way. Yeah, yeah.
But then other times it's like condescending because like, oh, like this guy is such a nerd for like being condescending about this, which he does in The Social Network a lot. So it's funny how he plays around with both sides of it. Like either the audience is in on it or they're not, right?
Yeah. Well, and Aaron Sorkin has had a very prolific career, and this, I know that, you know, he is such a big part of this, like the writing, like the screenplay of this movie is such a big part of it, and like, so it's hard to kind of divorce, like, what does a writer contribute to a movie versus what does a director contribute, right?
Yeah,
and I think that in this case, I mean, Sorkin, like, he's had like a 40-year career at this point, and his like later output is way more like bleh! Like it's way more just like that, like dialed up, and like the humanity in it I think is lost. And that works in The Social Network because it's like, well, all these people are fucking evil and like horrible, and there's like no humanity going on. But then like in this movie, there's humanity brought to it, I think, in part because Sorkin's a little bit more reined in, but also because Rob Reiner does get that kind of like warmth out of the performances and like the choices that he's making in shooting those scenes. So I think like if he shot that, if that movie or that scene came out today, it would be like a lot more smarmy, like a lot more like, oh, she thinks that maybe she like delivers it like she's delivering it to her coworker and not to him as well. And then he has to be like, actually, I do know who Capra is. And, but you know what, like, so I feel like it's subtlety, but it keeps you from being like, this is fucking annoying, which like sometimes it can be very fucking annoying.
Or the security guard was like, Robert. Oh yeah, I love this movie. This was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
Did you not like this movie?
I think that this is actually really fascinating. I think that this movie is probably, and this is going to sound super backhanded, and I don't mean it this way, Ricky, but I think that this is a movie that like, if you have no baggage coming into it and you like don't know more about this type of movie, these performers, this scriptwriter, like, I think it's like, and you haven't seen like 10 movies like this, you're like, oh, this is fine. Like, I thought this movie is perfectly watchable, like whatever, looks great, you know, but at the same time, I was annoyed. I was very annoyed, especially as it went on. But I think it makes sense for you, since I know you don't, like, I imagine you don't know who Michael Douglas and Annette Bening and Martin Sheen are. Like, you probably recognize Michael J. Fox. Yeah. So like, but like coming in and kind of seeing these people performing this dialogue, and it's so bleh, like, it's just like, it's very, and like, I am a big fan of the political biopic. Like I eat them up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So like watching this movie and seeing its peaks and valleys like a little bit more brought into focus because of that, I think makes me predisposed to like it less. So this might be the rare movie that, you know, I feel like I like less than you. I feel like that doesn't happen.
It does not happen very often.
Yeah.
It also it kind of feels like a Christmas movie. Like in a lot of ways, it feels similar to a Hallmark movie.
It was a good pick.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It has the same beats as a Hallmark movie. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's very romanticized and like treacly. Like that's what I have on one of my notes was the music. I meant to look up who does the score.
I love the music, and I was going to mention that at some point. How the music really does sort of underscore, a lot of the emotional scenes, right?
Yeah,
I
find
think Reiner
really
uses that
hammy.
well. Yeah, it is a little hammy at points, but it's I don't hate that. Like
I don't hate it, but times... it left me rolling my eyes. Like this movie, yes. I don't hate, but I rolled my eyes like through the whole thing. Yeah,
there were like 2 or 3 points where like as the music comes in, I was like, oh, and here's the emotional swell, and they would do the emotional swell, and I'm like, yep, I'm feeling it. Yeah. Like, but at the same time, it's I don't know, it like I understand that. I knew that's what I was going to get going into it, and I love it. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. Did you watch this movie during the day or at night?
Night.
Maybe that's part of it too. I watched this movie at like 10 a.m. On a Saturday. So
I don't know if this is a Saturday 10 a.m. movie, TBH.
Yeah. Interesting. So let's talk a little bit about the performers, because you mentioned Sydney Ellen Wade, that you're like, I like this character.
Yeah.
I think that, like, this character especially, and what Annette Bening brings to it is something in its own right, but like, we just used to have female characters that were insane and kind of annoying. Like we don't have that anymore so much. Especially one, and this is also going to sound backhanded. She is pretty, but she looks weird. Like, she's just like a kind of like a strange and striking looking woman.
Yeah.
And that's also like pretty unique for movies today, right? Movie stars especially.
Everyone is very like photocopier pretty, right? Where it's like, okay, here is this is the mold that people will fit into. I mean, I think striking is a great word for her, right? Like, she's very striking when she's on screen. I think she's beautiful still, though, right? Like, she's like obviously a movie star, right?
Of course.
Like,
yeah. But she's also fucking annoying. Like, she's annoying in this, and like not, and I don't like, not even in an unlikable way necessarily, but just like she is weirder and more annoying than we give female characters the right to be anymore. Like, can you think of another, like, a movie we've seen recently that's like unlikable in this way? Like, kind of quirky, kind of nervous, kind of loud and shrill, you know? And like, shrill, I did not find her to be.
Yeah, I didn't really find it to be too shrill.
In the beginning, when she's like, not shrill, I guess, but like whatever, like demanding, or like stands up for herself. Like,
yeah, she was very forthright.
Like a cool way.
No, not in a cool way at all.
You know, yeah.
I like that.
She's not like an outspoken, like, you know, like, she's not like a cool badass lady. Like, she's very like kind of like obnoxious at times, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think especially early on, like from the very first note, right? Very first introduction to her, I liked her. I was like, oh, okay, like, she's great. And then, I mean, you see the way that, like, oh, it sets her up as like the love interest, because she's like the only one willing to like talk back to the president, right? I was like, oh, I love that. And then, like, she's in the Oval Office, and she's like obviously taking a stand for herself, even though she's like scared and she doesn't really exactly understand the situation. Yeah. And like, she's very brave for that, right? So it's like, she's kind, she's willing to stand up for herself, and she's very brave. And then when she tries to like step into the other room, she gets super embarrassed and she has to like walk away. And she treats that with like a very strong sense of humility, right?
Yeah.
I just liked her character a lot. And then like the phone call, super funny. Like, I don't know.
That's where I started to get a little annoyed. I was very like, come on, Sydney, like, you got it, like, you're being a little bit much here. But again, I do think even if I wouldn't want to have a beer with her character, I at least like appreciate her on the page or on the screen, because she is interesting. There were times when I wasn't sure how she would respond to things, or, you know, which is always like a rich character and something fun to watch.
Yeah. And even knowing how she's going to respond, like, when she responds in anger later in the film, and then like when he like announces his sort of like press play, right? And then like after that, when he's like finally comes back from his break, and he's like, yeah, you know what? Like, I am going to stand up for her, and not because like, not for like any reason outside of like, it's the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And she's waiting at the office room. Love it so much, and like, I don't know, just so great. And the way that like those scenes are shot, especially, when she's
yeah, we should have watched When Harry Met Sally. I'm regretting it. You would have fucking loved that movie.
I would have loved
watch
that movie
on your own.
I will watch that movie.
You'll.
That was the first one I picked, and you were like, "No, we can't
I know,
talk about that.
I know.
That's like interesting."
I know, but you would just really love that movie. Like,
I know,
this movie is fucking like sucks farts through a straw, like, compared to When Harry Met Sally. Like,
but yeah, when she's like angry and like she's like walking around, she's like, have you seen a gray cable knit sweater? And he's like, well, you know,
yeah,
where would it be? And
she's like, how about you sit down?
Yeah, and she's just going from room to room. Like, I mean, the dynamicism shows like how dynamic her movements are, and especially like the way that the camera's moving around to sort of like frame both of them, shows not only like how angry she is, but how conflicted she is about it too. Because obviously she wants to stay, she wants like some reason that she needs to stay around and have a conversation with him. but like she also just can't fucking stand what he's just done. He's like, and he's like, listen, like that's a choice. That's a governing choice that I had to make, right? And I don't know. I love it. Maybe it's like kitschy or whatever, but I love it.
Oh God, we're opening so many fucking tabs right now. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me close a tab first here.
Yeah.
Annette Bening, did you recognize her from anything?
No.
Did you recognize her as... I wouldn't think you did. We will watch a movie in the future with her. I want you to remember...
We want to watch.
We want to watch. Yeah.
Want to watch,
yeah. So I'm just planting that flag now, that we will watch another movie with her at some point, and I want you to hearken back to this movie in this episode when we do that. But you mentioned about like the camera movements in that scene specifically. This movie has like such unshowy camera work. I think that is also kind of Rob Reiner's trademark, is like he kind of gets out of the way. Like I think, and that also sounds backhanded. I sound like I'm being backhanded, but like he knows what to do to kind of set everything up the right way and then like not insert himself like in a really crazy way.
Yes.
Like The Princess Bride like does not look anything like this movie. Like they're very different. But like, there's kind of a magic to it. There is like a sentimentality, I think probably is like shot through all of his films. Like none of his films other than Spinal Tap are like cynical from what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But so that like, yeah, the way that he kind of like, he's just like, I'm going to light these movie stars in this like beautiful fashion. I'm going to show these close-ups of their faces and let them act. I'm going to like have them kind of deliver this dialogue in a way that makes them seem likable and human and emotive and everything. But he's not doing like a crazy, like the drone shot sweeping through the hallway of, or like whatever. Right. Like there's nothing crazy, like bombastic or like really showy camera stuff happening or like anything else, like no directorial calling cards, I would say, the way that some of the other directors we've seen have, like long shot, like the only really like long, like oneers that he does are the walk and talks, which are like a Sorkin thing more than they are a Reiner thing. Yeah. So, it's interesting that you brought that up because I don't think he's even just like tracking her to show her anger or anything. I think he's just like kind of letting Annette Bening do her thing and just like following her along. Like I'm sure they rehearsed it, whatever, but like I don't get the impression that it was like, okay, you're going to hit these marks and we're going to,
no, right. Yeah. I think it's something natural that came out of the performance, right? And so like he's encouraging a specific style of performance, and then he will adjust how to record it based off of that, right? And like you said, very often the like sort of like tight close-up shots, with just two actors like acting,
which is like the best special effect.
So good, it's so good, it's great.
Okay, well, let's talk about Michael Douglas. Did you recognize him? Do you even recognize him?
I have no idea who any of these people were, Lane.
Okay. I know there is one person in this movie. We'll take a slight detour here. The guy who plays Senator Rumson, the bad guy, the old Republican. That's Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, I know the name.
I don't expect you to know the name of.
I know the name.
You do?
Dreyfuss, yeah.
Do you, he is Hooper in Jaws. Curly-haired jean jacket Hooper.
Is he in anything else? Because that name seems very familiar.
He's in a bunch of stuff. He's in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Might be a movie you've seen.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in anything else you would have seen. He's in Mr. Holland's Opus. Is that a movie you've seen or heard of?
No.
Other than that, I mean, you might know him from me talking about Jaws just like incessantly for the last 8 years.
Maybe.
I don't think you would know him from anything else. The Graduate? Oh, you've seen The Graduate.
I've seen The Graduate, yeah.
But
it's weird. The name seems
like
very, very familiar.
Character.
Like one that I've seen many a time. I don't know.
He's a pretty well-known actor. Also, there's other Dreyfus's, so
fair.
It could be that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Hooper. Well, so it's just so crazy, like the idea of coming into this and not knowing. I'm not shit talking you, but like
a little bit.
I'm trying to think like. No, I'm not. Like if we had gone to see Anaconda and you didn't know who Jack Black was.
Or like 2025. Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm the Anaconda episode comes out after this one, so
I know.
Let's not talk about it too much. But
what if we had gone to see Anaconda and I hadn't seen the original? How funny would that be?
What if you didn't know that the Anaconda original was a real movie and not a movie up for the movie Anaconda 2025?
That would be ironic, would it not? Anyway.
if you went into that movie and you didn't know anything about Jack Black, like you just were like you never even knew his name, you were just like, oh, it's this guy, whatever. Like, think of how different your experience would be.
Oh, it'd be markedly worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, just the idea of, like, so Michael Douglas he's in Wall Street is, like, probably his, like, tombstone movie, you know?
Only seen The Wolf of.
He's also... No, the one with Charlie Sheen, you know, Greed is Good. Okay.
I haven't seen it yet.
Michael Douglas, like, made a fucking made every meal for the next 30 years of his life out of, I am gonna be an 80s yuppie, slick backed hair, just like gnarly, nasty, skeevy, but like kind of suave guy. Like I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna be shitty to women. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna double cross people. I'm gonna go behind your back. I'm gonna be just like amoral, like 80s whatever yuppie dumb personified. Yeah. That is his movie star persona. And he like made like 10 straight years of movies like that. He's in Fatal Attraction. He's, you know, and so like this movie where he's playing the president, he's playing like basically like an analog of like Clinton and like Bush Senior, you know, like this like weird like kind of like this. I don't know if he was the first like I am a generic president like this like type of guy. Like him and Martin Sheen both in this movie kind of like personify that. Like I'm, you know, like what a moderate like Republic or like moderate liberal guy would look like, or just moderate president. So the idea of coming into this movie and not knowing that he's kind of playing against type here is really interesting. Like, he doesn't play likable. He usually is not like, or at least up to this point, was not like a likable character. So it's very interesting to think about that. Like if you went into Begonia and you were like, what about this Plemons guy? Like, you know, he seems clean cut and not weird. Like,
I think even more apt would be, what was the Spacey that we watched a couple months ago?
Beyond the Sea. Oh, Usual Suspects. Yeah.
Usual Suspects, yeah.
That's a good comparison, too.
Yeah. It's just different, like, with the context behind it. Like, you know, who they are.
It is.
Yeah.
And not even just like that.
Not even who they are, but like, yeah, the characters that they play.
Yeah, like, right. You know, we don't often get the chance to talk about actors going against type or like playing into like, because we don't repeat so often. But like if Kurt Russell played like a really squirrely, mild mannered like nerd, like it would be remarkable.
I just don't think he could.
It'd be hot with some glasses, like some little. You know,
did he have glasses in like the Silkwood? Because that's the closest that he has to, in my mind, that's the closest that he has to like a.
And he's playing like he's still like a blue collar buff guy.
He is still blue collar. Like, well, I mean, you're not going to get the buff out of the guy, right? But like the whole true. Like, you know, he's in a movie called Breakdown. Where he's like he's playing like a guy who kind of gets like forced into being an action hero a little bit. Like that's kind of the premise of that movie. Right. It's
good. But yeah, honestly, like I can't think of another, like, I don't know that he's ever played like squirrely guy. That's very interesting.
I don't think he can play a squirrel.
We'll have to see. We'll have to just do the whole Kurt Russell.
I think we will. Yeah.
Filmography.
Yeah.
We should watch Tombstone. Fuck. Okay, I gotta get off this page.
Put it on the We Want to Watch list.
So, the movie stardom, the star power of this movie, like having this cast of like very prolific actors. Martin Sheen is another one. You haven't seen Apocalypse Now, right?
No, but that's one that's on the list because it's we got that from Deer Hunter.
Yeah. Yes. So he's in that movie. Martin Sheen is also in a little movie called The Departed.
I didn't know about that. Whoa. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's the main like cop that DiCaprio talks to. Like, that's not Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, okay.
That gets thrown off the roof. Spoilers for The Departed.
That was his like one contact, right, in the police department.
Like his second contact, other than Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. So, yeah, great movie. Wow, I should watch The Departed.
I saw the last scene again, or not the last. I saw like one of the last scenes. A clip of like the 15 seconds where they're in the elevator. Yes, and then
that goes around all the time.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, God, that was such a good fucking movie. I want to watch it again.
Yeah. It's a great fucking movie. I have, so it's like my number one on Letterboxd. Not even because it's my favorite movie. It's probably top 5 for me, but like, I love the header image that they have for it on Letterboxd is Martin Sheen looking down at the cell phone. Like in one of the scenes where he's texting yeah. It's just such a good fucking image. It's so good. Anyway, he's great. He's one of our finest. I mean, but so like again, like you have this like crazy cast. Michael J. Fox, who you might recognize from Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him, but yes, I know the name. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like there's just like these stars who have this like, I mean, they're just able to turn it on, and I think Reiner does a good job of like, especially with Michael Douglas, like getting these close-ups of him falling in love with her even early on when he's just like admiring her kind of from afar. So he it's just like the marvel of fucking cinema to just like watch two actors pretend to be in love. It's just like great. It's just like the best thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's the best part of this movie.
It's definitely like very different from how other directors approach it, right? So like In the Mood for Love, another film.
What a pull.
But like very, very different. Like that's like a very like sensual, like visceral feelings of love, right? And like it deals so much with like closeness and like just like people's movements, whereas like Rob Reiner's like style of like displaying love, it feels warm. It's warm. It's kind. It's like welcoming, and it's very gentle, right? Like
it's not cynical. Yeah.
It's not cynical either. It's not cynical in the China room scene. Oh, it's so cute. It's like cutesy almost to like a certain extent.
It's cutesy.
Yes. And I love it. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, you got to watch When Harry Met Sally.
I know, I do. I've seen the last scene from it. I've seen a couple of the scenes from it.
Oh, you have?
People were posting.
You know how it ends?
Yeah, people were posting it.
This past
everywhere.
2 days ago.
Yeah,
because of New Year's Eve. That sucks.
Not even because of that. When Rob Reiner passed, people were just posting a lot of scenes from it. So I don't think it
sucks that you know how it ends.
I don't think
that sucks. Actually, I think so. I think that really blows.
I don't think it would hurt my watching experience. I think
it's still a good movie, but
yeah,
it's just like there's so few fucking movies that you know anything about, and so this like good movie you're gonna know something about going in. But I bet the Beep Theater near you is probably doing a retrospective screening of that movie for like Valentine's Day. I bet you. I bet you like $50.
And you know what? If they don't, I know you can call the guy and ask him, and he's pretty cool about playing stuff. So
do it. Yeah. Shout out that guy.
Yeah.
Christopher knew him.
My hairdresser knew him.
So Richard Dreyfuss too. Just bringing in him to be just a thundering asshole is just like again the power of movie stars. Like he just like comes in for like 3 or 4 scenes to just like to be just like a fucking dick, just like talk in his like booming annoying fucking voice is just so good. And when he says, "Does New Hampshire want the pride back?" I like laughed my ass off because like the fact that they're using pride in
in that context, like, in the slogan, so is really funny.
Fun. Yeah. I said something to Chris about it. He's like, "I don't think they were using the word pride like that back then, honey." I was like, "Yes, they were.
They were. Since
totally
at least like the 80s, they were.
Yeah,
I mean,
right,
I would assume before that as well, but that's like the earliest that I know of it, you know? So it's like, all right.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of that was like tongue in cheek or if it was just, you know,
I'm sure not. I mean, maybe.
But,
well, so let me ask you this to get into this film's like politics a little bit. Did you think that he was a good president?
Kind of depends who you ask. I mean, so I'll say obviously I think he's playing a liberal president, right? He's not conservative.
Let me set this aside. I don't mean like, do you think that you agree with all of the policies of Andrew Shepard or whatever this guy is? It Andrew Shepard?
I think that was his name. I think I think you're right with that.
Yeah, Andrew Shepard. So I'm not asking like, would you elect this guy today? But just like, I was kind of convinced that like, regardless, setting aside his political positions, he seems like a bad leader. Like, I think he seems like he's not really up for it to be president. And in fact, I was shocked. I 100% was like fucking floored that the movie did not end with him not getting reelected. I thought for sure I would have bet real money on him like sacrificing his political career to be with Annette Bening.
Yeah.
And the fact that he did not, and it did not end that way, and he kind of gets everything in the end, I was like, I mean, I should have seen that because of how sentimental the movie is.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was, my jaw was fucking on the floor. I could not believe it because I was like, this guy sucks at being a fucking president. His priorities are all out of order. Like,
so did you enjoy, so did you like that the very last scene where they're doing the walk?
I mean,
and he does announcing the speaker, the president of the United States, and it's like the applause and everything. He walks out the door.
That part is annoying, but not as annoying as his speech, like where he's like, "She's out of your league, man!" Like during his like pre-State of the Union, which is apparently only like 20 minutes before his State of the Union. He's like out there talking to the press corps. I was like, "What's going on? Like, you should be in makeup." Like,
I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I kind of expected something of that nature, right? Like,
sure, yeah. It's this type of movie.
Yeah. It had kind of a like Hillary Clinton girls supporting girls type thing, you know, where it felt like, I don't know.
It's liberal sentimentality. It's okay. Have you seen The West Wing? Have you seen The West Wing? Like, or watched any of it? Like, never seen a clip of it?
I've seen clips every now and again. Yeah.
They're all like, The West Wing is just like that speech.
Yeah.
Every day, like all the time. It's just like, I'm gonna be basically like reading a speech that like owns the fucking conservatives, but also sometimes the crazy libs. Like, it's just like center left like idealism, and it's just like you get. I have heard so many, like, not just seen so many clips of that show and like seen so many movies like this, but like imitators of that style of dialogue of like, I am going to be a mouthpiece for just like what the writer thinks right now, like what the scriptwriter believes, and like these are the, like, I'm basically having a shower argument, you know, about it, and this is what I would say if I were the president. Like, it's just so, I just find it so fucking annoying. I like can't like it. I like, even though I sometimes I get wrapped up, it's very watchable. I love A Few Good Men is all that too. Like, it's and it's even worse because it's the military, so you're like, wow, I really don't want to watch this, but it's still so like, you get caught up in it, even just like the cadence and everything. It's kind of a, you know, we haven't talked about this on the pod before, but it's kind of like Nega Mamet, like David Mamet from Glengarry Glen Ross. It's like the opposite of it, or not the opposite, but like the evil dark twin of like Sorkin is David Mamet, like still doing the rat-a-tat, like we're interrupting and over talking each other, we're like cutting each other off and using like lingo, but like
it's
the cynicism, like the pessimism versus the optimism. Yeah. And like Mamet is like a kind of a conservative fucking loon, so it's like, you know, but like, yeah, it's there'd be an interesting comparison to make, I think, between some of those things. But I mean, so I just can't get on board with the end of it.
So I was kind of talking about the speech. I I mean, I get that we have to appreciate that, or like we have to learn and appreciate that he's the president of the United States again. That he got reelected in some way, right?
Because he forgot, apparently, like that he was the president.
well, no. When they're like I'm talking about like specifically with like the very very last scene where he walks out to the applause and they're saying like,
well, he didn't get elected or reelected yet. They're talking because he's about to give the State of the Union. So, but the idea is that he's won everybody over again.
Right, like, right. I thought that was days later afterwards that they were. And
he's giving the State of the Union.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, still. But when he's talking with Sydney, like, I don't know, I like that. And I kind of, I don't know, I would have been maybe a little bit happier if that was like, we have like the emotional music swelling. I would have maybe been a little happier if the movie just ended there. But I get that it is very sort of triumphant, but yeah.
I see what you mean. No, I agree. I would prefer that they leave it maybe even ambiguous if the public is going to fully,
or
like, they can't.
Of like what happened there. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I understand, like, you want this guy to be on top of the fucking world, so it's not enough that he's going to have the girl, he also has to be president again with a 75% approval rating or whatever, which, like, fine, but I agree, I think because the intimate moments between them are, like, the best part of the movie, right? Like that, and then like all of the like side characters interacting with each other is really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like when these two are not on screen, when they're like trying to like campaign other politicians and like make phone calls, and like when Michael J. Fox is like screaming into the telephone, like all of that stuff is really fun. So yeah, I feel you. I think the everyone is applauding him and like and then everybody clapped is the ending.
Yes, that is what it is. 100%.
It's a little much.
It is, so. And it's a little on the nose, but it's like everything leading up to that. I mean, I don't know. I liked his triumphant like get the girl back, but also like tell off my conservative counterpart speech. I was like, yeah, all right, cute, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, the scene between him and Sydney is very cute in the Oval Office, and like all the aides coming in and like telling him like the stuff he has to do. They're like, "Hey, Sydney," and,
while they're like making out.
Yeah. I don't know. It's cute. It's fun. I liked it.
It is cute. I did like their romance. Like I did, even though I was fucking in my DNA like predisposed to not like it. Like I feel like I did. I was won over because again, I just love movie stars. Like I want to see these people. Like I want to see them.
And you mentioned like Reiner sort of gets out of the way in like his directorial stuff. Like it really is. It's all about the stars. Like they're stars on a screen, and like you're watching them just act the fuck out of it. It's like it almost feels more akin to like a play. Yeah. And I love that. It's so awesome.
Yeah. The sex scene though, really tough.
Yeah.
Like, just because I think that's a Sorkin problem. I don't think that this is a Reiner problem, because we know that like there's some scenes in The Princess Bride that are like hot. Like, Pebble Beach hot. And there's, but then like they can't turn off there's not a moment in this scene where someone isn't quipping, or like a moment in the movie where someone's not like being quippy.
Yeah.
And so like quippy during a sex scene is really hard to like not make grating, especially now. And so when they're like, when he's like, I haven't done this, and I'm the most powerful man, but like that only means presidency. It's like so fucking like, just shut up, bro. Like please. It's really it puts your teeth on edge. But then like, but they have the chemistry. Like they're obviously like they're turned on by each other. Like that part is great. So you are like, please just, if you could just like write this like 10% less, like if you could just like say 10 fewer words in the scene.
when she walks out in like just the t-shirt, or not just the button down,
like the dress shirt,
and he's like holding 2 drinks. I fully expected him to just like drop the drinks,
and
then just like start kissing her, and they like fall onto the bed, and that would have been a perfect scene to me. Right? Be
better.
That would have been, that's it. Yeah. And instead, like he's like,
it's already got all the humor that you need from that scene. Is him setting up like, okay, like we're gonna take it slow. Like I knew where that was going. Of course she's gonna walk out naked, and so then you would have had the funny moment, and then you're done. Instead, you have this like whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's maybe the like one or two like of this movie. That's like only 1 or 2 times that I go, oh, that's kind of a misstep, and that was one of them.
Yeah. What about the what did you think of this movie's like approach to the president having a personal life? Like as far as like, because like I just watched a movie maybe like a month and a half or 2 months ago that was about, oh, it's not about Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's in the movie. The movie is called The Front Runner.
Okay.
It's about the real guy, Gary Hart. I knew his name was Gary. The like real senator who was like the leading fucking Democratic like primary candidate for president in the 80s. 80s? Yeah. 88. And then he got exposed for having affairs, and like it was like a big fucking scandal, and he lost his chance at the presidency basically. And like the whole like his struggle, and like a big reason that he kind of like that guy got, and this is real, this is like the real story, but like that he kind of couldn't get out of his own way was because he was insistent that like, that's my personal life. This is tabloid gossip. Like what I do in my personal life doesn't really have any bearing on the presidency. And like the public doesn't need to know that stuff. Yeah. And like the whole, the approach of that movie is like, well, whether or not you agree with that, like things have changed now that there's TV and radio, and like everybody knows and can watch you in real time more or less. And so like, even if presidents of the past were able to have like horrific personal lives, now you can't. And they talk about that in this movie too. So I don't know. What were your thoughts on like how this movie approached that?
I think this movie approaches it in a kinder way, because they mention how I forget which president it was. I mean, maybe this makes me a bad American. But
Roosevelt, in the wheelchair.
In the wheelchair, yeah. And like they say like, hey, like even you yourself admit Roosevelt would not have been elected had they had television to be able to see him in a wheelchair. I think especially nowadays, with everything on social media, politics have, and I think especially nowadays, politics have come to a point, and I think culture has come to a point where, like, the cultural consciousness shifts, maybe not shifts so frequently, but it constantly needs something to be, like, biting at, right? And people like to joke about how, or I'll say, jokes that I have seen about Obama are, like, how his biggest controversy was that he wore a tan suit. And it's like, no, that was not his biggest controversy. One of his biggest controversies was that he was, like, you know, bombing people randomly. Like, he was a very aggressive militaristic president.
But like his biggest like personal controversy, like he didn't have a scandal. Right. Like he didn't have like a personal scandal about like the way that Clinton did, or, you know,
And so then now you have a president where there are, and then like, I'll say with Biden, there was constantly
Hunter Biden shit, going on. Yeah.
Yes. And a lot of the media was trying to sort of like fabricate good stories out of that, and every time they did, it felt very heartless, because they would like play like a like phone call that somebody had like intercepted, where it's Joe Biden saying like, "Hey champ, hope you're doing well out there. Love you. Yeah, you have my full support. Like, if you ever need anything, like I'm here for you." And they go, "Oh, look at this horrible, disgusting nepotism." And it's like, okay, sure, I'm sorry that the guy loves his son. That's definitely something that I know you people can't relate to, but whatever, that's fine. But I think a large part of the reason why our current president got elected is because he has so many scandals in both personal and political life that they start to overshadow one another. And
you can't keep them straight.
Right, and the media gets a permanent heyday. And it's much more difficult to disprove something occurring than it is to just state something is happening. So they constantly get to fabricate more and more about their enemies, and it constantly leaves like his political enemies on the back foot of having to say, well, no, like here are actually the facts, and here's like what they point to, which is not what you're saying. And so you get this media circus where, like, you get these, like, very fantabulous headlines, which maybe later get some form of redaction or whatever. but
yeah, people are constantly responding to the bullshit. Yeah, so
right,
you can't ever
right.
like actually like posit something of your own. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But the idea that a president could be disregarded on character very often seems only to apply to Democratic presidents. Just throwing that out there, right?
Yeah.
Because conservative presidents don't need to actually live the ideas that they espouse or that they,
sure.
Like purportedly espouse in their policies, right? Which they never actually try to enact in any way that is not purely cruelty theater, right? And that's the most political. That's the most political get and say about that. So to see a movie where it's like very much so focused on this idea that, like, yes, the president has a personal life, and that can and will affect his political life, was like, I don't know, cool and interesting, and like I feel like they do really well in like explaining it, like in like not even subtext, like just in the text of the film. Like Sidney says like several times, like, hey, if I was on your team, like I would tell you how shitty of a decision this is, and he's like, why aren't you on my team? Like they do it like again like a really tongue in cheek, fun way. Where like he acknowledges it and he knows it, but at several points he's like obviously doesn't want to talk about it. He's like, oh, there is no Sydney problem, and it's like you better be talking about Australia, and it's like, okay,
that's the thing that makes me think he's a bad president is because or a bad leader is because it's like he is making the wrong choice about this the entire movie. Like he should have been like fucking run out on a rail at the by the end of this movie just for like it I don't think he did anything improper right by dating this woman necessarily, but like although it is very hard not to be like, damn, Monica Lewinsky shit happened like a year after this movie came out. Like it is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But like he just like every choice he makes on how to deal with it and like how to navigate the optics is so like misguided. And I get that it's because he's in love, so he's making bad choices, but like it feels almost like bumbling. Like it feels like I would not try. Like I don't like. He talks about bombing Libya. Like I'm like I don't want you bombing Libya. You can't even. You don't even know how to handle this woman. Like I don't know. It makes it harder to trust him as a leader. I guess not that he's the leader of our.
Yeah.
Now, but
I saw that as him trying to draw a line, or like trying to draw a line between how he acts politically, like professionally versus personally, right? And I think a lot of this movie is about how, like, he yearns to be seen personally, right? And he doesn't feel that because he's only seen as the president.
Yeah, right.
And so, like, he's trying to detangle that with this woman and with his best friend, and like trying to like say, hey, like I am still that person. Like I want you to still treat me like I am, Andy, whatever my last name was, at some times, but like. I need you to know that I will, like, I need you to trust me to be able to draw the line of when I'm acting as a president versus when I'm acting as a person, right?
But he can't.
But he can't, right? It's funny,
has,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I guess, I like.
But like, he takes decisive action when with the Libya thing. Sorry, I know I'm cutting you off, but.
No, it's because you hate women.
True.
We lasted 2 days into the year. We decided this was the year that you don't hate women, and suddenly you made it 2 days. Well, and actually, funnily enough, the point I was going to make was the idea that your personal and professional life should be treated so separately. I feel like is a very male belief. Like, I feel like it's a lot more challenging to, like, try to separate those things as a woman, like, with a career. Like, because it's so easy to level, like, at one point they level that at, like, fucking Richard Dreyfuss is, like, she gave sexual favors in exchange for, like, votes for parent-teacher conferences, or the PTA or something. Like, what, or like, teachers' wages, or the union. They level that charge against her. And the idea that could happen at any point for a woman, where it really probably, like, there's no has a man ever been accused of trading sexual favors for something? Like, I've never heard a man described that way. Not that it can't happen, whatever.
Yeah,
but like, so just like having that as the conceit of the movie is a little bit like very male experience coded. It feels like a conflict that you could not have with a woman, because the approach would be so different. Like again, though,
I feel like a lot of that the I know you didn't like it, but like the shower talk at the end, like, you know,
the shower talk.
That's not. I don't know, the shower conversation.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. At the end, I think sort of like exemplifies a lot of that though, right? Where like he does sort of underline like, hey, like it's unfair that like you're attacking her because like she is far more upstanding than I am, and like you're also like, I don't know, yada. It's like I was like, all right, cool, like I don't know, and I do think you're completely right in where you're coming from with that though.
At one point before he goes out there, he's arguing with his aides, and he's like, has Rumson lied in the last couple months? Like, has he said anything untrue?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, because I haven't been to the military, and I did go to Stanford or whatever the fuck. And it's like, did he not lie about her trading sex for votes? Like that was like a whole scene. Like, what are you talking about that he didn't lie? So that made me either feel like, okay, they forgot about that, or like this character is so self-absorbed that he doesn't realize, like, that like, okay, he might not have lied about you, but he's obviously still lying about your girlfriend. So it's silly.
Yeah. Also, the way he phrased it was also like the lies. The way he phrased them were very political. Like they like very much like, oh, you know, I have on like several, you know, strong accounts, you know, that like, and like, when multiple people are,
you hear one thing, you can, right.
You hear it 3 times. That's
Yeah. I think Dreyfuss does the best job delivering this dialogue in a way that isn't obnoxious. Like the most like somehow the most likable of the, like when Michael J. Fox, I feel like I like him. I like when he is on screen. But when he's trying, like at the end, when he's talking about like the gun bill or like the crime bill, and he's like kind of giving it to the president a little bit, it's just so Facebook meme, like not my president, like kind of like stuff. It's just I just can't like it. And he really struggles, I think, to deliver sometimes when actors perform this type of dialogue, you can tell that they're lost in it. They can't kind of like keep up on it in the same way. And so and you see that with the child actor in this too, when she, in the beginning, is like the first scene with the fucking trombone. She says some things like, it's when they're talking about the textbook. She's like, oh, I hope this isn't a textbook that my dad is going to want me to read because it was blah, blah, blah. Like she just like says this line and it comes out like fucking marbles in her mouth. It's terrible. So
I feel like a lot of the maybe annoyance at these sorts of things comes from the fact that like it is Sorkin and like that's become so permeated. Yeah, and that's become so permeated into the culture, right? Like there's like a distinct contingent of people who not only like believe and like enjoy like that like media and stuff, but like they start to talk like that and they form arguments like that, and it's like, all right,
well yes, the idea, so like Martin Sheen, who is the friend, right, the AJ character in this, the chief of staff, he plays the president on The West Wing.
Oh, okay.
And like so like very similar types, right?
Yeah.
There's other characters or other actors in this movie that are also in The West Wing, but like the idea that if you just argue with exactly the right words and you have just the right convictions and you stand up for what's in your heart, that you can just win any argument against a Republican, that's bad. Like I feel like that is part of the reason that people feel so, they've spun their wheels about our current president so much, is because it's like, why can't we just argue out of it? Like, why are people not understanding that I have the right words and the right facts and logic? Like, it's like a different kind of like, like delusion. Anyway,
it's the delusion that other people that the other people are so, that other people are not deluded, right? Like at a certain point, that's what it becomes, right?
Well, in every episode of The West Wing is like that, where it's like, someone delivers an impassioned speech against like a lobbyist from, the anti-abortion like group think tank, and then like they lose and the liberals win. Like that is how The West Wing goes. So
it's also kind of like Reddit in a lot of ways, right? Like that's very
it's very Reddit.
Yeah.
Like
Sorkin is Reddit coded, I think, in general, where it's just
he really is. I almost mentioned Reddit earlier, but in the same way. Yeah. So, but it's seductive and it's very watchable. Like, it is A Few Good Men is so fucking watchable. It's crazy how good. And, like, that movie with fucking Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise and Demi Moore from The Substance, if you remember Demi Moore.
I do, yes.
and Kevin Bacon. Like, there's so many, and Kiefer Sutherland. Like, there's a fucking crazy list of actors in.
We used to have Kevin Bacon.
Who else did I just name? You said Moore?
Yeah, Demi Moore.
Now we have no Moore, no Bacon. Oh, God. Anyway, so one other thing, I only have a couple other notes on this movie. Coming off the heels of watching, we recorded these out of order, so we watched Anaconda a few days ago for next week's episode, spoilers, and that movie is, well,
you'll hear
it contrasts with this movie, because
this movie is good.
Well, setting aside that, this movie has, like, sets and costumes and people standing and shots of people standing and, like, many shots of people in the same frame looking at each other and acting
and talking to each other. Yeah. God, yes. I think a part of the reason why I like this movie so much is because we watched Anaconda before it. Yes. And it was such, like, such a low to, like, be, like, slung out of that I was like, oh my god, like, real movies exist, and, like, this is one of them. Oh god, like, yes, I don't know.
Yeah, but the specifically the shots of people standing and you can see their legs and even their feet at times. I can't recall seeing that in Anaconda, and, like, except for, like, the action scenes where people are running. Like, I don't know that we ever saw, like, Paul Rudd's feet, like, on the boat or whatever. Like,
we did when he was laying down and the snake was over him, and we saw everybody else's feet in the background, which was probably CGI'd in. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Good stuff. So, just kind of, like, striking that even mundane shot composition like that can be enough to, like, be like, wow, good movie.
Yeah.
What else did you have? Did you have anything else about this movie?
No.
No.
I just had a good time watching it.
They said fuck twice. Normally a PG-13 movie only gets one fuck. They said fuck twice, basically back to back.
They let them slide?
Which is pretty crazy. Like, they said it. Yeah, they let them both slide.
Well, it was the angry phone call, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Like toward the end. Yeah. So
I'm gonna make a list of everyone who fuck me over.
Yeah. Well, she says screwed there, but she says something about fucking, I think. Like, she uses it as an intensifier at some point. But the other thing, when they introduce her living with her sister, Christopher and I both looked at each other like, is this character about to be a lesbian? Like, are they about to break up this lesbian couple? Like, that would be sake of the president?
That would be a very funny level to take it to if it was like she's actually a lesbian and, like, she's constantly, like, lobbying and the president's trying to woo her without understanding that understanding that she's a lesbian. That would be really funny.
Maybe we should make this movie.
Put in the Rick Waltz, all right? It'll just be American president instead of the American president.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, speaking of American presidents...
You want to play a little game?
Oh, God.
How familiar are you with the presidents of the United States?
Not very.
That's cool. So what this game is I have picked 20 movies from the vault.
Oh, God.
That we have covered on this podcast. As Ricky alluded to earlier, something I think about all the time is how you said that Heat was made in the 70s. And I was like, that's insane. So what we're going to do
What year did Heat come out, just for my edification right now?
The same year as American President, 1995.
95. Okay.
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
95
was a banger of a year. That's insane.
American President, Heat, what else do you need?
I'm sure there were more.
Yeah. But so...
Was that The Matrix?
I have picked... No, stop. Okay. I'm not telling you any more years.
I'm just fishing for years right now. That's it.
I know you are. We are going to go through 20 movies, and I want you to... So I figured picking the year... probably too hard. You can't pick the year. But you know what you could do is pick the presidency, because that's like a 4 to 8 or more year span. And that like gives you a little wiggle room, right? So I want you, when I read a movie title, I want you to tell me who was president during that time.
Great.
So for example, I will give you, the American president, and you will tell me who was president during
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. There you go. Okay. We're not going chronologically because that would be really
great.
So All That Heaven Allows is your first movie.
Oh, Reagan?
No.
Okay.
Wait, this might be too mean.
This is a really mean game, but keep it going. Who was president then? Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler? What?
I don't know. Gerald Ford? I don't know, just naming presidents at this point.
Who is Butler? Jimmy Carter?
Oh, maybe. Was Butler not a president? That's crazy.
Butler?
Is Jimmy Butler not a...
You're thinking of Jimmy Carter, I think.
Am I?
I don't know.
Okay, alright. Well, give me another movie, Lane.
Well, should I tell you who was president then? Like,
sure. I don't even know know the year, so it doesn't help me, but sure.
All That Heaven Allows is from 1955. That was during the Eisenhower presidency. So
great.
Full 25, 30 years. Amadeus.
Fucking, I don't know, bro.
So
I'm gonna say Reagan
funny.
again, sure. I don't know.
So fucking funny. Yes, you're right. Reagan, who dominated the 80s, was around during Amadeus. You're right.
Let's
there.
go.
So a point for that one. How about Brokeback Mountain? You got one for Brokeback Mountain? Who was president then?
George Bush Sr.
No, it was George Bush Jr.
Fuck! When did Brokeback Mountain come out? What the fuck? The 2000s?
2005.
What the fuck?
You thought Brokeback Mountain came out in the 90s or the late 80s?
Yeah, I was thinking 90s. I was thinking earlier. I thought it came out before this movie, yeah. Anyway.
This is so crazy. Okay, Do the Right Thing.
Bush Jr.
No.
Okay.
This is so wild. You have like a tesseract for a timeline in your head.
I just don't know when movies came out.
That's crazy. Are you thinking? Like, you should think.
I am
about,
thinking.
What
yes.
does this movie look like? Surely you know that older movies look a certain way.
They do. Do the Right Thing doesn't look that old to me.
Oh my god. Okay. Do the Right Thing came out on the cusp. I would have given it to you for either Reagan or George H.W.
That's fucked up.
George Sr. 1989. How about Empire of the Sun? Think about it. Just think for like 5 seconds.
I know it's an older movie. I know. It's between H-Dub and Reagan. I'm gonna go with Reagan because it is an older one. Bale's really young there.
That's good.
Okay.
Wait, it is Reagan, 1987. Okay. Good thinking there. Okay, we're so back. How about Eraserhead?
Dude. Eisenhower, because it's just a huge fucking time period to look at. I don't know, man.
What year do you think Eraserhead came out?
Like 1942 or something? I don't know.
Are you even trying?
1920 something. I don't know when it came out. I know it's black and white. I don't know when the technology changed for that.
Okay, Eraserhead came out in 1977.
What?
Artistic choice. Okay.
Who was president in 1977?
Either Carter or Ford. I would have given it to you.
Fine. All right.
Okay. Here's hopefully a softball. The Grand Budapest Hotel. One of your favorite movies, Ricky. First ever episode of this podcast.
Obama?
Yes, correct.
Let's go! Okay.
A very Obama era movie.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
How about In the Mood for Love? Gonna be like Andrew Jackson.
Was this one James Madison? No. Yeah. I'm gonna say Clinton for this one. Bill, not Hill.
Okay. Yeah, not Hillary's future win.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I'm surprised you got that. That was the year 2000.
Okay, okay.
For Love. How about Ensemble? Ensemble's nuts.
I'm gonna go H-dub.
No. Ensemble came out during the Obama administration in 2010.
Also a very Obama movie. The duality of Obama era.
Yeah, true. How about Kaidan?
Yeah, you got me there. Fucking.
That one's a little mean, but
that one is a little mean.
Think of
Hoover.
Think of who is in this movie. Think of who is in Kaidan that we talked about. Are there any other movies you can think of?
I mean, none that would point me towards a president of that era, right?
Okay.
Eisenhower? I'm locking in Eisenhower for this one too.
You're closer with Eisenhower. You're a little bit closer.
Okay.
But no, it was Johnson. It was Lyndon B. Johnson. So Kaidan came out in 1964.
Okay.
That's okay. That's all right.
That's also a what the fuck one. Anyway. Like, what the fuck is in, like, closer to now than I thought it was by far.
Yeah. How about Michael Clayton?
Bush? Jr.
Yeah.
Dub.
Bush Jr. Yes. Yeah. Bush dub. Good pull. Yeah. That one's the easiest one because you're like, financial crisis. What's going on? I can lock in. Yeah. How about No Bears?
I'm also gonna say Obama for this one.
No.
Okay.
This was 2022, so this was during the Biden.
22?
The Joe Biden.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
2022.
Crazy. Yeah. I was close. He was vice president at the time. That should be a half point at least.
Right. A half point, yeah. I'll give you the half point for that one. How about Rebecca?
Oh, God, dude. Eisenhower, because it's an oldie. I don't know.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, because, dude.
Do you know that there were, like, other presidents in the early part of the century?
Yes, but Rebecca, in my mind, could have been made at any point between 1930 and 1980. I just have 1970. That's 1960. Crazy. But I have no, like, outside of that, I have no, like, chronological bearings, okay?
Rebecca was from 1940, putting it squarely in the presidency of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So, no points for you. How about Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
H-dub?
No, but you're close. Only by a year are you off. It was a Reagan movie. So Reagan, it was 1988. So.
Wow. That's
How about Secrets and Lies? When was Secrets and Lies made?
Oh, what the fuck, man?
Who was president during Secrets and Lies?
I'm doing H-dub again. I'm thinking it's after Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but not by much.
Not a bad guess, but it's Clinton. It was the Clinton administration. So you're at least you're like better. You're not like several presidencies removed from.
I can know whether it's like before or after, but then like anything before like 70s, 80s is just an abyss. It's just like it could be anything, man.
Okay, but no, because you also were like, Brokeback Mountain. That was definitely made in 1988. Like
I thought that was an older film. I thought it was an older one.
When was Silkwood made? Who was president during Silkwood?
84, Reagan.
You're close. It's 83, Reagan.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh wait, it was 83 Reagan. Okay, also, not bad though. Okay.
It was 83 Reagan. Yeah. Okay. You got it. I love. Also, this is making me realize that like You know the duck sauce joke we were making about Michael Clayton? You could do that with Ronald Reagan too, actually.
Yeah. But it would just be like bad CIA programs that destroyed the American trust in all foundations and like the destruction of all infrastructure investment in America.
All right.
Like
let's land this plane.
Okay, sorry.
Please, we have to land Air Force One.
Yeah.
It's a little inside joke for us. The Apartment. Who was president Who was the president in The Apartment?
I want to say Reagan again. I'm going to say Reagan again.
That's a black and white movie, and you're like...
Okay, well, I don't know if it's a stylistic choice. I don't know if it's just that old. I couldn't tell you.
It's really...
I don't know.
You know what's funny is... You know what's funny? It was 1960, which makes it Eisenhower.
Dude! Fuck, man!
This is the best game we've ever done.
This is the most painful game I've ever been a part of.
There's only 3 more.
Great.
The Devil Wears Prada. Who was president? Besides Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep was the president, but who also was the president?
Clinton?
No, it was George W.
George W.
2006.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking H. Dub or Clinton. I didn't. You know what? I was also like, It could have also been Dub because Clinton only served 1 term, right?
No, Clinton was a 2-term.
He was a 2-termer.
Yeah. They probably would have elected him for a 3rd term if
they could have.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly. Okay. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Fuck. Gonna say Reagan for that one.
No.
Who?
This one's LBJ, 1966. Directed by Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, whatever. Fine.
All right. Last one. The Great Escape.
Oh, fuck.
This one's a little mean.
I have no idea when it was made.
Think about it. Just think about it for like a little bit.
I hate it. I hate it when you say that because no amount of thinking is going to get me there, Lane, is what I'm going to say.
Think about what the plot of that movie is. So that gives you a start.
I know the plot. Yeah, I know it's past 1945. That's very helpful. I know it's in color. So like, I'm like looking past the 60s. I'm thinking, you know what? Since he's shown up a few times already, I'll say LBJ. I haven't guessed him at all up until now. I'll say LBJ.
You are right on the money, Ricky.
Let's go. Let's go.
I would have also given it to you for JFK, but you got it with LBJ.
Fucking
so good job. Good job. Well done. You did better, I think, than you did. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no, you actually did just about the same. So basically,
as the Anaconda game,
as the Anaconda game. Basically, your percentage for games is like worse than if you just 50-50 guess.
You can't 50-50 this. There's no way to 50-50. There's too many variables. What do you mean 50-50?
Do we have anything?
This is impossible to 50-50.
The American President from 1995, directed by Rob Reiner. Do we have anything else to say about that?
No, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Didn't enjoy the game afterwards, but...
Yeah, I'm glad I hope I ruined it for you. I wanted you to feel about this movie the way I do.
I know, I love the movie still. I mean, my feelings towards you are a bit changed, but that's what happens with every game we play.
It's true. You're fucking like... My like social credit score has dipped like every time.
You're the negatives, bro! Like...
I am. It's true. Next
this better be a hell of a lane frame. Oh wait, sorry, never mind. You're right.
No, we're out of order. So this whole court's out of order. Next week is an Anaconda 2025, directed by Tom Gormican. We warned people on the episode, we're warning you now, don't watch this movie. It is the new movie in theaters right now, but don't go see it. It's not worth it. Don't waste your money. Just read the Wikipedia plot summary. Unless you really hate yourself, you can do, like Timothy, I know you follow along. Shout out Toronto Tim. You do not have to go see this movie.
So, can I ask you a question here, because, and this is...
Yeah.
in the Anaconda episode, you were like, all right, well, like, it's a better movie than Avatar was, right? And I said, yeah, sure, fine. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No. I said that Avatar was way better than this, than Anaconda.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, if I flip those, sorry. Yeah. But I was like, 100%. Yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender, way better movie than this. I now have a new worst movie. Spoilers for the next episode. Sorry, watchers.
Yeah.
Where would you rank this relative to Full Metal Alchemist? Me forcing you to watch Full Metal Alchemist. Anaconda, the movie.
Well, I mean, like, Full Metal Alchemist is way better. But, like, the experience of being forced to watch a month's worth of Full Metal Alchemist, like, that experience is probably akin to how you feel when I make you play a game.
That's true.
Just torture, hatred, just seething fucking rage. Yeah. Like, all of those things. So, but no, Anaconda is, like, inferior to FMAB in all ways.
That's all I want. That's all I wanted to know with that. Thank you,
Full Metal Alchemist. I liked it. I was like, that's cool. I don't have any problems with. I had problems with you.
Okay.
I had problems like. Anyway, Anaconda 2025. It'll probably be on streaming by the time this fucking episode comes out. Anyway, I mean, whatever. But
don't even watch it on streaming. Like, honestly, don't just. Listen to the episode, watch the original Anaconda, laugh at the fact that I didn't know that there was original Anaconda outside of the, Anaconda 2025 universe. I am spoiling all the good parts of the next episode, but we do have a guest there, so that's something to be excited for.
We do, yes. Yes, it is a good ep, even though it's a bad movie.
Yes.
So don't skip that episode, at least. Cool. Do we have any music we want to end with? Is there an iconic song? Yeah, true.
Ronald Reagan. I'm thinking is what we end with now.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll just cut it there.
Great.
Perfect.